everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Media Picker. My name is Brandon. If you're new here, this channel is about anything related to reselling media online for a profit. If it's something you might be interested in learning about, please consider subscribing to the channel. Just so you know, over my right shoulder, you see that far corner of a box back there by the gray curtain? That's one of 5 boxes. I'll be doing a 5-part series at some point, not sure when. So who knows? Not sure when you'll see it. That was a 900 CD buy I did for $300. There's some good hip hop in there. There's some good rock in there. A lot of good stuff I can lot up. It's probably conservatively 2,000 to 5,000 in listings, give or take, for $300. I'll go more into details on that later on. Today, however, I am doing a video as part of a series, I guess is what we're going to call this. I'm doing it for CDs, DVDs, and cassette tapes. This one is for CDs. It is CDs worth a lot of money, and this is number 3. I have 15 I've picked out going through eBay solds and kind of double checking, make sure they're not like the weird ones where guy has like 1,000 copies of it and all this and that, and trying to fish out stuff that's not money laundering. All these look pretty legit from what I can tell based on the information. I even checked to see if they were like relisted or anything like that, and weeded out a few of those that were like that. So I've got 15 to show you, and we'll go ahead and get started here in just a moment. So what I focused on was obviously just individual CDs this time, and you're going to see a pattern of some sort here. I decided to go high dollar. I didn't decide to do a price range. So started going with individual listings. We'll kind of go through them a little bit and kind of get an idea of what's worth a lot of money and kind of what types of music to look out for again. That's kind of the whole purpose of this. Trying to teach a little bit and learn a little bit myself, obviously, also. So here we go. So the first one that came up in the lacrosse was this sold for $800. Bugsy, the infamous gangsta, you can have it. It's a CD EP. These are obviously hip hop, mid 90s, early 90s. EPs can go for quite a bit also, even though it's just a few tracks on there. $800 this thing sold for. Looking at the listing, I don't know if there's anything. Actually, let's look at the original listing. Let's see if they'll let me do this. Okay, so here's the original listing. And they've got the front, and wow, this is literally just 4 tracks. So stuff like this can even go for quite a bit where it just looks, that's sealed. That's another reason why I went for a lot. $800 brand new. Yeah, so definitely one to be on the lookout for. Zag. I've never heard of this. Living the Life. Again, we're talking the late 90s hip hop, and again, stuff you've never heard of. Looks like rap. Look it up. If it's a record label you've never seen or heard of, look it up. $1,512 on auction. Used. Very good condition. That's crazy. But again, you'd be surprised what people pay. I mean, I've sold stuff over $300 before I picked up for $1 at a pawn shop. So, I mean, it does happen. I'm not saying you can't come across this. It's obviously something you can come across. But again, $1,500. Pretty crazy. This one should go without saying. There's some rare Eminem stuff that actually does go for quite a bit of money. This would be something that would be one of them. This actually is, I believe, scribbled on and probably signed. Yeah, signed and scribbled, $1,200. If we look at the original listing, it's a single. It's like 4 tracks of My Name Is, it's promo. Another reason why it's worth quite a bit. $1,200 it sold for in used condition. So again, anything looks funny with Eminem, definitely pick it up because it's going to be probably worth something. Okay. Yes, even stuff like this is even worth money. Pokemon, gotta catch them live. Original cast album, sealed. It's got a small tear in the shrink wrap, but again, brand new, $1,200. Again, there's the small tear. I wouldn't think something like this would be worth this much. I can tell you right now, I'd definitely be looking out for it because this is pretty crazy if you find something like this. Looks like a 2010 release. Original cast album. Yes, the soundtracks for video games can go for quite a bit. I've sold a couple in the past. One like for a Japanese game, I probably sold for 30 or 40 bucks. I think I paid 30 or 40 bucks for the entire lot I bought that was in. So you gotta look out for video game soundtracks. They can go for quite a bit also. And going to another one here. Again, signed on this one also has value. Jackie Evancho, Prelude to a Dream. It's a limited edition, which is another reason why it's got value also. That is obviously signed by her there. 16 years old is how old this thing is. Like new condition. Again, the reason why it's worth a lot is because it's signed and it's also limited edition on top of it. So definitely worth picking it up for sure. The Crunch All or Nothing, Mac Money Productions. Yeah, you see this label. Definitely look it up. There's some good value on this label. Not sure what it sold for. My guess is at least a few hundred for sure. Again, can't really tell. But definitely one I would definitely pick up though. Not much more to say. It's this one's R&B. There's not a lot of funk soul R&B stuff that's worth the time. Well, I mean, there's always something, but you see more hip hop. So that one's a little unique in its own right as far as that goes. This I believe is I'm gonna say probably death metal, just without looking anything up on it. Ghosty Mane, Anti Icon. Yes, of course. You see what they sold it for. There was a reason behind their price point on that. $666. Just the one photo, which is pretty crazy. And actually, it's new. They must have downgraded it like new for some reason because you can tell by the picture that there's still a seal on it. So, but again, something else to look out for. Death metal, black metal. Kind of the heavier the metal, the more rarer it is because it's not as mainstream. So, I mean, death and black, thrash metal, folk metal. I mean, there's all kinds of variations of metal. There's speed and power metal and industrial metal. I mean, that kind of stuff. Definitely anything for $1 or less, even more. You pick that stuff up and sell it all day for good money. And yes, this is a thing also. Graded sealed CDs. I actually had someone buy a Taylor Swift CD I actually had sealed. They paid me $55 for it. I paid $1 for it. And I looked at their site. They were also a seller, and they were trying to get $2,000 for them, which whether they did or not, it's a different story. But this is a thing. Graded, WADA graded. They grade this stuff. So, like graded cards. There's graded VHS. There's graded DVDs and stuff and Blu-rays, and now there's graded CDs. You can get this stuff sent off for, I'm not sure what the rate is. It's probably 30 or 40 bucks. So if you got something you think is really good, who knows if anyone's gonna buy it? It's a different story. But yeah, this is a thing. Let's zoom in on the picture. You can kind of see the grading. So this is how they grade it. They assign a grade to it, sealed. Can I give you a little description? This is probably their catalog number for the grading, would be my assumption. Let's look at the back and see if it shows any more details on it. Yeah, it does. Grading details, talks about the fold seal, really, hype sticker, and then debut studio album. Kind of gives a little information, which is kind of cool, and their own little barcode, I guess. So there's ways this stuff's probably in their WADA's database. But yeah, that's pretty. Will I try it sometime? I might. We'll see. If I do, I'll do a video on it. But yeah, this is a thing. Graded CDs. So something you might be interested in checking out. Definitely do the research and see what possibly has value in order to do so. But yeah, pretty crazy. And this is a common album. Well, fairly common. And used, you can probably pick one up for probably $20. Take a shot and grade it, and maybe you can sell it. Moving on. DMX, Flesh of My Blood, Blood of My Blood, autographed. He's passed away, so that's one of the reasons why this thing's got some good value. One picture only. Wow. I would something selling for $600. I'd look at a few more pictures, or at least post some as a seller. But yeah, signed. No authenticity or anything. Just signed CD from a person who's deceased. So obviously he's not signing anymore. $600. So definitely look out for autograph stuff too, depending on the artist. Could go for some good value. I think I've got like 6 more to show you. Just kind of zipping through these a little bit here. Latin, Mexican music. Obviously, we'll have some value too. Lo Nuevo, Lo Mejor by Los Temereros, I guess. Guessing it's Latin music of some sort. I would look these up to see if there were other listings to see if it was just an anomaly that this one was just priced outrageous and someone bought it. But no, like when I looked up to see, there weren't any more listed, or there was like one for about the same price. So this is definitely one to look out for. Also, maybe check the group and see if there's other stuff. I think I looked up some of the other stuff. A lot of other stuff was fairly common, had a little value, but nothing like this. So definitely come across something like this. Definitely look it up. Something you've never seen before, especially if you know music. This was a little different. Mac and Hami, the God Fahim, Dollar Menu 1, Michael Jordan. I guess is that Jordan on the cover? Let's look at this a little closer. I don't think so, but or Michael. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Or it's not. I doubt it's an actual picture. It's got to be a drawing of some sort. It looks like, but yeah, that's pretty funny. So that's part of the reason why this has got that value. 7 tracks. This is basically an EP. It looks like it's sealed from what I can tell. $550 it sold for. Brand new sealed. Again, I couldn't find anything else like this on eBay, so it's a one-off. May come across something like this. It's possible. I sold a CD for $300. Another CD for $300. I got an eBay lot. I paid 39 cents for. So for the individual CD. Going back to grading, here's another one. Pokemon, the first movie, music, motion picture soundtrack, sealed, graded, 9.8. Again, this is probably a WADA grading. I think they're the ones that actually grade CDs at this point that I'm aware of. So again, just kind of looking at it, Atlantic Records, special CD hype, sticker A+, 9.8, blah, blah, blah. Go to the back. It's going to give you a little more details on it. Pictures are kind of fuzzy. But someone obviously, and this is actually probably a smart one to get graded, honestly. Someone who's Pokemon's hot. It's been hot for years. I don't see it going away anytime soon. This might be something to try and actually look for a sealed copy that you can pay, $30-$40 for, and then spend another $30-$40 to get graded, and then see if it sells for $500. It's a gamble, and that's kind of what it is. It's gambling in that case, but this one would be a little more educated gambling at least. But anyway, so yeah, this would be a smart one to probably get graded if you're actually gonna try it. Or Taylor Swift, probably be safe bet too. 3 more I think is what I've got listed here. Let's see. Okay, I talked about video game soundtracks. Here we go. Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack, official N64, $500. I think there's a vinyl of this on eBay. That's it. CDs, nothing. So again, the CD's rare. That's kind of cool looking. The CD actually looks like I believe it's shaped. Yeah, you can see the CD is shaped like his head. Adds another uniqueness to it. But 97. Come across those video game soundtracks, especially Nintendo related, definitely look them up. There's some value there. And 2 more. Of course, I had to throw Taylor Swift in here. This is a rare Taylor Swift promo. I've never seen this before. She looks really young there. This is probably back when she was doing more for country. Let's zoom in a little closer. American Boy, Lucky You, Smoky Black Nights, Taylor Swift. I wouldn't say year-round. Leesport Financial Group. So this is a definitely one-off special promo. I'm sure there's probably a few more out there, but that's crazy. Yeah, $500 for this. Pretty crazy. Yeah, Taylor Swift stuff. Look it up. A lot of stuff, like her more common stuff, isn't worth a ton. You find some autograph stuff, you start getting some money there. And then you've got promos and singles that actually could probably hold pretty good value with her also. So definitely just keep an eye out for her stuff just in general. And last but not least, I went with Jelly Roll, the halfway house. This is when he was doing hip hop, I believe. And just the one picture, a bad picture of that. Can you guys zoom in on stuff? This is pretty fuzzy. Jelly Roll presents the halfway house. Parental advisory. Yeah, this is hip hop. I believe that's him right there in the background. He's got some other ones too. I've seen that were actually pretty high value also. But $500 for a brand new sealed copy. Definitely, if you find any of the Jelly Roll, his hip hop stuff before you start switching over to the country, definitely pick it up. It's got value. But anyway, that's it. I figured I'd just go over 15 net worth, pretty high. So they were all basically $500 and up. I'll do another one. I'll probably maybe pick a different price point. Kind of go for some more common stuff that might be available out in the wild. But anyway, if you get anything out of this, consider subscribing to the channel. Click the like button, which also does help me out, and then click the bell for future notifications of other videos just like this. If you made this far, thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.